So you're fine, and I don't see where it's gonna get above 20. I don't believe you were above 20 before your reappraisal in 2010.
Okay.
And so, I don't see that you're gonna get forced or suggested that you're never gonna be forced unless it really gets bad.
Really, that's bad.
But I don't see where we're even gonna suggest anything based on what's happening right now.
Okay. Well, we thank you very much. That's the chairman, Mr. Camp,
Yeah.
and I'll let you gab with him in a minute.
All right, very good.
Question. Thank you so much for coming.
Pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll let you talk to him for a second and get his card, and he's just finishing, so.
Okay.
Just let you just gab for a quick second and introduce yourself and do all that.
Thanks, Craig.
You're welcome. Ladies, Avatar is finished with their cyclical inspections. Would you create a list of the properties they looked at so that I can create a sample to go out and look, do a quality
Yeah, I
control
have
check?
a whole bunch. Yeah,
Okay.
I already have
Oh, you
it,
do?
so.
Okay, if you could forward that to me sometime?
Okay,
Thank you.
all right.
Very good. Okay, well, they're talking here for a second. Anybody have anything they want to talk about? Yes, Rose?
I was on the website the other day, trying to figure out something out, and I found some statistics. So I thought I'd share with you the statistics about the website use.
Oh, that's wonderful. So we got to put you on here somewhere, website.
No.
Are you on your others?
Yes, I'm under others.
So people are using it.
People are using it.
Cool.
Well, that's good for me to see, because I grumble and say, is it worth all this money that we're spending on this?
The pair.
Well, in reality, it is. We spent a lot of money on this whole process,
Thank you.
between the software and the whole training and everything else. We would hope enough people would use it to want us.
You'd
Paying
hope
for it.
so. And also, maybe if we see a lot of people using it, we can try to figure out how to make it better so we get even more people using it,
Right.
you know?
Maybe we should have some kind of contest.
Who has the best webpage?
No, for people, as a way to do something for people checking in, when you have a magic, some little thing that,
Come get a free copy of your tax card.
yeah, maybe we can give them something, the 500th person to check in, or some crazy thing that we get, like, they keep clicking in, though, that's true.
Click, 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 click,
Click, click, yeah.
I'm gonna do
I
it.
get that. That won't work.
So I pulled out a couple pieces of data. I'm not sure exactly what you'd like to see on this, but I can do this periodically. The first chart that I have there for you, and I don't have any other, I have one other copy that I can pass around or whatever we want to do with that. But the first chart is sessions, and a session is defined as a series of hits to the website over a specific period of time by one visitor. So in January, we had about 1,000 visitors to our website. Doesn't necessarily mean people, because somebody could go in twice, right? Today and tomorrow. But anyway, in January, we had about 1,000. February, everybody was really interested. It was at 1,200. And then in March, it was a little lower than 1,000, somewhere around 950-ish. So when people are hitting the website.
You would think March would be higher because of the town meeting.
Don't know.
I would.
Yes. I'm surprised February is high.
Yeah.
I also looked at another piece of data that showed the sessions per day. So how many times in a day are people hitting the website on average? Again, February was the high month. March was low, January. So what I have here is about 33 average people a day visitors a day. In January, about 42, February, and March, about 31.
Wow.
It is being used.
So that counts the whole time they're on, so if they jump around, that doesn't count?
Right, but they could figure if somebody got on and then 6 hours later was using it again, I don't know what the time frame, that period of time they're talking about is, that could look like 2 people.
Okay. And is it timed out? I guess, or does that depend on the computer?
No, it doesn't time out. I'm on there almost all the time.
Oh,
Almost always
I
have
see
the
her on
webpage
there.
open.
We got 30 of those. I can.
Yeah.
There's the 30 we can eliminate right off the bat.
And then on the third chart, the number of pages people are looking at when they go to the website. So in January, they were looking at a total of about 4,200 pages, and there were about 1,000 people. So people were looking at about 4 pages when they went in.
Wow.
In February, it's really low. February was a little less than 4,000, yet there were 1,200 people, 1,200 visitors. So they were only looking at about 3.5 pages on average.
I needed the phone number.
In March, they looked at 44, a little over 4,400, and again, there were just less than 1,000 people, so they were looking at more pages, 4 to 5 pages when they got on. And the other thing I looked at is, besides our homepage, because most people, when they go into the website, they're going to land on our homepage. Beside our homepage, what pages are they going to? Assessing is number 1 every month.
And what would they
The
get on
most
and what would they
popular.
get from assessing?
What's that?
What's on assessing that they would get?
A lot of times they ask for my hours and stuff. It's real
I
estate
mean-
people that need to know when they can come in, get a card.
But they
get
cannot get, I
maps,
me's that's not available online, the person's
Right.
card.
Right? They have to come in.
So maybe even they go and look at it and see if they can, if it was available.
Or how to get
They
it.
could.
They might,
That's
Yeah,
correct.
okay.
Yeah,
because some towns do have them online, so maybe they're checking to see if it.
they a lot of
online.
times do, yeah. You got abatements. Abatements big February, I would think.
Oh, that's true.
You know, they could get their own information, get their own application and everything, so.
Good point.
So where I pulled this data from shows me the top 10 places they went to, but the numbers were really small, like 3% went to assessing. Most people stay on the main page, is what I saw. Town clerk's another popular one. Board of Selectmen showed up in the top 3 at one point. And the Ag Commission minutes page, for some reason.
Wow, that's interesting.
But
That's
somebody
really
been posting the minutes?
I don't know. I don't think they're meeting.
I didn't
So they're looking, someone's looking to see
Somebody's
what's, looking to see what's
there
there.
and what's missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's other kinds of data there. These look like the most interesting to me. If you'd like me to continue doing this every once in a while, I can.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I think that's fascinating to see what people are doing and type of, oh, we have a question from the,
Has there been any comments sent? Do you have the comments listed there, or where do they go?
I don't get those. Do you get
We-
those?
I do not, Jennifer does.
Jennifer gets them.
But remember, we just got an email on something on the comments or something.
I didn't get that email.
Maybe, okay, I'll have to look at it because I thought it came from you.
Oh, no, that was,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that was getting the email list working. And it was working, I just
Oh,
was
okay.
using it wrong.
And so if somebody signs up for one of the list things, is somebody checking that? Who's checking that?
what are you referring to, a list?
So,
So say somebody wants, you had a couple options on there, as I recall.
yes,
One
there's
was to be sent
news items.
news items or selectmen's minutes or la 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 la.
So Selectmen's agendas is the
So who?
I thought that was just an automatic thing.
Yeah, I don't think that we have to do anything.
Yeah.
That's why I posted something, that's why I was there. I was posting a test message on the news to make sure that the news was going out. And I found out that I was doing it wrong, and the news wasn't going out.
People were signing up correctly.
Yes.
We weren't posting, the data wasn't being posted correctly to generate the mail. That's
yes.
what you said, that's what I think we
That's what I
found.
found, at least for what I have done. Yeah.
The point was, I signed up for it and I wasn't getting any email.
Yeah, I think I signed up and I'm not getting anything, so that's why I'm wondering, so who gets that
Well,
to
Rose,
follow up on it?
Okay.
Good question.
So,
So we'll have to call.
what was
I
she
think I can show
investigating?
you something,
Oh, okay.
Jessica, before you post the next selectmen's minutes.
Okay.
I can show you something and see if it's the same thing that I found with the news.
Yeah, it'll be tomorrow morning if we
Okay.
get these approved, so I'll just hold off and,
Just give me a shout.
yeah, call you and
Yeah.
see if you can come in.
So if people have been posting, though, Ed, for your question, if people have been posting comments, I don't know who's, it sounds like Jennifer's getting them, and I haven't seen any of them. So I can ask Jennifer if she has any comments, and make sure that we are dealing with them.
Thank you.
Now, where would comments, where do you,
Commented
On
because of, what's his name?
Ron Fountain, didn't he?
Ron Fountain.
Yes, and it came to Jennifer, and then
to
she
Jennifer,
forwarded
she
it.
forwarded
Yeah.
it to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the. so
That's why
somebody
I'm
is
thinking
dealing
it
with the
was her.
comments.
Yes,
That's good to know.
Yeah, that was like way in the beginning.
it was
like-
January,
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
and I forgot about it.
so if somebody from Brookfield, Vermont wants to know about Brookfield, New Hampshire, and they ask a question, where is that routed to?
And that's what we're thinking they go to Jennifer. But I will check with her
Mhm.
to see if that's the case.
I'll send her an email. We'll do a comment, is this you? No, but we'll figure it out.
Ah, thank you very much, that was very interesting.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Very, very interesting. Thank you for your time and talent and that you put into that.
nice grass, it should be.
All righty, any other things? Well, we'll go get Clifton in a minute here. We'll pull him out of his meeting and,
We talked about electric bills?
sure, that's exciting.
Well, here's a copy of the electric bill that I questioned with public service. And there's a copy for Clifton, and there's a copy for some folks. And the question was, why is our electric bill so high? And what we found out was, we're on a demand meter. And a demand meter says, whenever we use more than 5 kilowatt hours for a half hour, we kick into a special rate plan. Okay? And what that rate plan says is everything we use over that 5 kilowatts, we have to pay, and I use the word penalty with the woman, but she says, no, just a different rate plan. So, for the bill that I was looking at for March, the total bill was $300. And our special rate plan, because we went into this overload condition, was close to $70. Because we use more than 5 kilowatts in a half-hour period. So they're getting us on the spikes. And we have to try to figure out why we're having the spikes.
So this month it dropped so last month was 307, this month is 171.
And I bet you don't see a penalty, a kilowatt charge up top. Did you get a copy of the one I handed out and I put a box around it? I'm going to give you this. There is one.
Yeah.
It's over here.
Thomas.
Kilowatt charge over 5 is only 2.
We kick into that whenever we go over 5.
So it's only $15 versus 48.
40 and that.
Yeah, so it's 15 and 6 and 144. So we were only 2 kilowatts over,
But you'll notice that yes,
but they charge us at different rates.
yes.
That's thoughtful.
So I said, how do we get off this demand meter? We don't want to be on a demand meter when we're have to pay an extra $80 a month. And she said, you don't have an option. As long as you use more than 1,500 kilowatts a month, and we use 2,000 here on the bill I'm looking at, you have to have the demand meter. The demand meter says we're using so much power in a spike that they
Well,
want.
isn't that silly for a little town?
Well, yeah, and we have 3 buildings on 1 meter. And why do we use 2,000 kilowatts in a month? I mean, home I may use 400 or 500 in a big month. Here we're using 2,000 on 3 buildings.
What's the electric out in the garage?
Oh.
I mean, what,
Down the street?
no, in the back. You know what you
Oh,
guys
I don't know what
run?
that is.
I mean, what do you
because-
leave, in the winter, what do you guys have plugged in back there?
The furnace and the air compressor, that's it.
furnace.
It's the only thing we leave on.
Okay, I didn't know if there was, you
We'll have to figure out.
don't
where
plug the cars in, or plug the trucks in?
We plug the trucks in outside, yes.
Oh, like a block heater?
Yeah.
Those use a lot, don't they?
Now, see, we don't pay any of those little over a kilowatt things for the salt shed.
Right, because our total usage is
It's so
low.
low.
So we have to understand where we're using it. One option might be, if we wanted to, is put another meter on a different building, just to spread the load. Because we've got 3 buildings on 1 meter,
Yeah.
Yeah, but then don't you have to pay another service charge?
$13 as opposed to 80. We did-
Plus install the meter and everything else.
Yes, you're right. We'd have to look
I
at it.
don't know.
You're right, you have to look at it. So I think we're understanding why our bills are going up and down so much.
Now, is yours low? Because we could run an extension cord to your house.
Right across.
Here's some Cliftons, you've got a twofer.
That's it, that's it.
Yep, there's a culvert right there, we can get the
So-
wire through.
Under the culvert.
Good, thank you for finding
Good.
out.
We will, let's watch our bills and see if we can figure out what's going on.
Now, let me end this, so you go out there and this thing spikes over the 5.
Yep,
How much do you pay for the whole bill, or just for the times it's over the 5?
I believe you pay the whole bill once it goes over.
For the whole month?
Yeah.
You go over once?
For a half hour, it's not just a little spike, you're up there for a half hour, then the whole bill goes into that.
Well, that doesn't seem right.
That's the way the PUC's doing it to us, yeah.
I mean, electricity's electricity, you know? Why should there be all these different costs for it?
Well, I asked her that, and her point was, because you have such a big spike in usage, we have to make sure we have enough capacity to deal with that spike.
Well, it's a budget.
You know, if it was nice and level,
Hold on.
Put that in.
so that's the story on the electric bill.
The story is
Can we
it
tell
always
what
have
the
an
spikes
answer.
are?
No.
Can you tell when?
When, like, is it more? in the
So
winter
here's the
time when it's
last
colder?
year, so
It's winter.
April, it's winter, yeah.
It's winter.
January, February.
So
March,
in the
April.
winter, obviously, we have the things for the garage. We have these heaters running.
And I think I heard this weekend we have heat tape next door.
Heat tape.
Right. Yeah,
We have heat tapes on some pipes to keep them from freezing next
Yeah.
Well,
door.
yes, we do.
Are the heat tapes running all the time, or are they?
I think they're, I
They're
guess,
off now.
yes, but they're on a temperature sensitive switch, I guess.
Oh, okay, so it is temperature sensitive.
Yeah, but when it gets cold, everything kicks on.
So.
So we'll have to look around, see if we can get that down below 1,500.
We're now down to 900 for this month.
Isn't that exciting? Isn't that interesting?
But we still got 2 kilowatts.
That's because there was a spike.
And
See, we spiked it.
Now, I wonder how, I would really be interested when Virginia has all her equipment on. You know, all this
go
stuff.
outside and watch the meter.
Watch the meter go, or what clicks it.
I would think the heaters do. Thank you for calling.
All right.
Well, do you mind if we try an experiment here, very cheap, very quickly? Go out and read it now, just for the heck of it. Turn on the 5 heaters or the 4 that we get at, just for a couple minutes, and just see what happens. Just
Well,
what-
we could do that offline, I think. We could run some of those. But
Yeah.
we found out an electric bill getting to where a spike. We talked a little bit about it.
No, It'd be interesting to see just what's,
Yeah, we might even find a watt meter on the unit.
yeah. Okay.
I talked to Bob Somerville, for example. He says the hot water heater next door, 4,500 watts. And we're looking for 5, a spike of 5. So
But we turn it off.
yes, we do, but when we turn it on, we come up to 4,500 for a while, right?
Oh,
And then you put a couple other loads on top of it,
yeah.
and you're above your 5,000.
Everything's in cold water.
Yeah.
We all die of something, but
No.
we save
I can explain
electricity.
it.
Okay. Clifton, the things that we've taken, everything checked off, we've done. We have not done the minutes, and everything else that we need to check, we've already covered. Out of sequence, but we covered,
Yeah, Washington cold.
Well, well, I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. Right on the stove.
I mean, with the treasurer and all, or the minutes, or whatever we want to do.
Well, let's get the treasurer.
Why don't you do minutes first?
All right, let's do minutes first. Oh my God.
See, I'm not the only one.
See, when I didn't call you first the first time, I got it. So I was gonna call you first. All right. I don't need a marker for that. All right, anybody have any changes?
Right. No, oh, I do have one. Selectman Nelson asked Brad for Kingswood Mechanical to seal the vent. No, that's not correct. They were going to plug the pipes, remove the piping. It's not sealing the vent.
That's what you
I
emailed.
probably didn't know. Okay.
Okay, so. let's see, Where were you?
I'm
Oh,
the
right
very
here,
bottom. I don't
first.
think I went down that far when I looked. At the very, very bottom under emergency management.
At the very bottom. Oh, okay.
So he's really not sealing the vents.
What is he doing?
He's removing and plugging the piping, unnecessary piping,
Okay.
as we described it above.
The propane piping.
With that, I make a motion to accept the minutes.
As amended.
As amended.
Okay. Do I have a second? Second. Since you're here.
You got it.
All those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Abstain.
All those that abstain?
Abstain.
Okay. Treasurer.
So we have one check for Diana. It's her tax lien check for you to sign. So we do the check tonight, she'll deposit it back into the account tomorrow.
I think that's so funny, we have to write a check to ourselves.
Gotta keep things honest, you know?
And I have a few bills.
I just thought I had to get around that, but.
Why, there's the electric bill.
Oh!
Right there.
I had to read mine and go home. Might as well get charged for cutting all the trees that we do.
She has to buy envelopes when she sends out the next property tax bills.
That seems
So she
expensive.
buys
They're
we
pre-stamped.
buy the pre-stamped.
Oh, with the
bills.
stamp, okay.
Yeah. I just charge them to my credit card, because I call them
Yep,
and
pre-stamp
have to
as
get
well.
reimbursed.
He was hoping they weren't like gold foiled and,
Go for, yeah, go fancy, yeah.
Invitations.
Wedding invitations. I know it's a biggie. Also note, please, that the tax lien, anything under any of those certified letters, which is a good amount, that we are reimbursed for that from the payments
Okay.
made.
I have a question on the bill for Mr. Nason. How are we doing percentage-wise with, are we clicking away at his expenses? I know that got good weather, so they're able to get a whole bunch of stuff done.
So what I have for you are the expenses, but this is only through the end of March. But it is through the end of March.
Right.
So we can look at him and see how he's doing. I have one for everybody. Those are all yours. So he's on page 5 of 6. And he has, he's used his big one for snow removal. He has, I believe he has 57% left.
I'm thinking of the other projects. Summer maintenance.
He still has 85% left.
Okay.
And 99% left on materials.
I'm probably thinking of the bills coming through, but after the snow.
Yeah.
Again, intermixed.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Sorry, you're again.
And then afterwards, or now, Clifton, if I can get your autograph on this one, for I forgot I needed your signature on the one for the hard manager line. So it's all ready to go in.
You want to talk about oil?
Oh, sure.
And,
While you're getting that, I'll just tell you that I attended the last government accounting class today. So I have one last test to take. And so far out of 75 questions, I've missed 2, which is irritating, but acceptable.
Star for you?
How many questions?
75,
And you only missed 2?
yeah.
That's
You
pretty
got an
good.
honor roll thing for your car?
I'll get a certificate after I take the last one. And it was, it was a good class to take because I found out how we could do things a little better and it was good information. So glad I took it. Thank you for sending me. I appreciate it. And we'll do some changes slowly over time.
We got a whole year.
Okay.
I have a question on heating and all that. I started the stuff and I got distracted, but I pulled a whole bunch of companies. And what I need to know is the size of the underground propane tank.
1,000 gallons.
Okay. And I started to call to find out what our usage has been, and they did not have the, my wife was on the phone and was afterwards.
So last year. So what I can do is update my spreadsheet for you on what we've used in the last year.
And if you have the year prior to that, would be good.
I do.
too.
The whole spreadsheet has like the last 3 or 4
That would be
years.
wonderful. That and the oil. Because
Yes.
in talking to the different people, I have a number of people, I said that I would send them sort of like a bid type of thing, just as a proposal, or we not call it a bid, for them to give us an idea what it would cost. And the only one that doesn't meet our needs on is Eastern for the mix, which we knew, the winter mix. But everybody else has a mobile mix. They call it something, K1 diesel, mix oil, K1. They got every type of possibility out there. So
Eastern doesn't do a mix.
Eastern does not.
So what do they do for outside tanks? Because I
Doesn't
know
deliver.
Common kerosene.
Oh, yeah, maybe straight kerosene they do, but I thought we decided not
not,
on kerosene.
not in a heating oil furnace.
A couple people said
They
kerosene.
changed it on.
Yeah.
And
That could be it.
And as far as the cleaning, I asked Wolfboro Oil, for example, and they said there would be, I just said, roughly there's a cost. They said $150 to $175 to clean a burner. I said, whatever, we have 2 side by side. They said, well, that would cut down the travel time and everything, so it'd be about $250 to clean 2.
Wow, prices have gone up.
Anyway, that's the only one I asked that question to, but it was very interesting, and I'm going to have a form letter to send out. I'd like to run it by you on the end of the week to look at, and flip it or something, just to see what it...
Mhm. Yeah.
I won't use that as a quote, but...
I'll update my spreadsheet and get it to you.
Okay, good. I need that. And the big thing is how often they have to come and fill the oil. On that tank, it
Yes.
only holds 275. I mean,
Well,
how
we
many
normally-
trips do they
We
make?
typically
do
go
it
from
monthly.
April or May to once or twice a month, and we typically go from April to like fall with no fill.
But for a company that, especially a small company that may not want to come here